I turn to you and I think about the destinations that a player can go to in the NHL. How much of a factor is it that there's stability and continuity? You've got rabid fan base already, and now you've got stability like out 20 years. That's a long time.
Oh, it is. It's everything. And you've got a team and an ownership group that is committed to win. And the management group, I mean, you go from top to bottom, this organization has done everything they can do in their power to get this team a Stanley Cup. They've fallen short. We've known this. Every year it seems like there's something different. There was injuries last year. It was bad timing with certain things. But they go out, as you can see, these additions there. They needed to get a little bit more playoff ready, I guess, or a little more grit to their lineup, as you heard Shane Willis just speak on. That left-hand column, that addresses that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I love what they did. So, and then Svechnikov, we talked about the big power forward that he is. He might be one of the most premier, or he is one of the most premier power forwards in the NHL. Having him back will be huge. This is a destination spot. I think guys will go there. Veteran players will take less to go there. Like, that's impressive what they've built there in Raleigh, because that wasn't always the case. So I give a lot of credit to this organization right now.
I'll pay to watch Marty Necas play ice hockey, as we were just watching him there. When you look at this team, you've said before that they're right there. I mean, they're right at the cusp. What is it going to take for them to get over the hump? Because that's the standard there. 06 was their lone cup.
It's funny because in the salary cap world, you need to spend. And this team has and is spending, right? Like, they are going and they're making moves. Just look over the last couple seasons, and they all haven't worked out. We know about the nasty injury last year to Max Pacioretty. We know about the big move going and getting Brent Burns. I mean, very smart, strategic moves, but just hasn't really panned out. But they went and made some of those moves again. So really, the only difference I see with this group is, I mean, they've been right there on the doorstep. It's still that youth development and that next step. And you heard again Shane Willis say this. He thinks Svechnikov can be a 40-goal scorer this year. I agree. And he scores in unique ways. I think adding Michael Bunting to that lineup, too, will help in a lot of ways. Is the bigger body going to the net up front. But then it falls on, I think, Marty Necas taking that next step. Seth Jarvis taking that next step. It's just the youth movement for any team in the NHL in the salary cap world. When those guys take a step, it can really catapult your team. That's where I'm looking for this team to go.
There's so many unknowns in sports and in life. That's why I eat at chain restaurants, because you know what you're going to get. With Rod Brind'Amour, you know what you're going to get. He's a Jack Adams winner for a reason. His teams always play hard. That's not easy to accomplish.
No, but once it's never easy. It's a lot of hard work. You got to be willing. You got to have the right character guys to play that way. But once you get it up and running, and they've done that, and that's
culture.
We talked about the off-ice job that this organization's done. The on-ice, Rod Brind'Amour, his coaching staff, has established this is what we do. This is how we play. And if you're going to be on this roster, that's how you are going to play. So this team, for a number of years now, they're dogging pucks. Like, they're on you. They have a lot of underlying numbers that really favor them. The problem has been for the last 3 years, they're getting the finishers at the right time. But they've gone out and tried to address that. Mm-hmm. But then injuries have happened, right? Yeah. So I think that's still where they're at right now. They get some more finishing in this lineup, but they're going to control a lot of areas of hockey games. They're a well-built group.
Usually when it's special teams that people want to see, it's the power play. I would love to watch their penalty kill night after night after night, the way they dog on a bone. They're just so determined to kill penalties.
Yeah, and guys have roles, too. And I think that's really important. I think that's something where it's been lost in some regard. I think when you're talking late 90s, early 2000s, I think there's more defined roles for players. And the game has evolved, and it's different. And you don't have some of the same jobs, I guess, on a roster that you once did, you know. But I think when you give players certain specific roles, like Jesper Fast, Jordan Staal, Martinook, and these guys, hey, you're our penalty killers. Like, we need to kill these penalties, and that's your job. When you go over the board, like, you're invested, and you've got now 18 skaters that can make a difference in a hockey game. So not every coaching staff is able to put all those pieces together to make every player feel good every night. I think Rod Brind'Amour and staff, they do a great job of that.